This is O-Talk, a podcast covering the Ontario Hockey League. From people within the game. Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the O-Talk podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Jacklin, joined alongside Frankie Benvenuti and Josh Kim. How you boys doing this week? Starting with you, Josh. You got your Gens jersey there you're rocking.
We're feeling great. Not a fan of the team, but a fan of the logo and a fan of the player on the back. Classic John Tavares OHL Gens jersey. Can't do much better than that, boys.
And how's everything in Ottawa, Frankie?
It was all good until I saw Josh was wearing a Tampa Bay Devil Rays hat.
Dude, this hat is sick.
Oh
my god.
that.
Okay, I've gotten so many compliments on this hat. This hat is sick. Devil Rays, the side patch is insane. Fine. I'll toss it over there.
Did you find it on Marketplace, Josh?
No, I get my hats from an authentic dealer.
An authentic dealer?
Yeah, hatclub.com.
AKA a lid store, Josh?
No, it's online.
No, I love the hat. The hat looks great. Just,
Yeah.
I can't stand the Tampa Bay Rays.
Neither can I, but the logo's cool, especially when they had the Devil Rays go there. But we're not here to talk about baseball, at least not yet. We could do a baseball-themed episode one time, but I don't know. Jordan's prepped a jam-packed episode. The return of the O game is back, which I'm very excited for. Haven't done that in a while. So Jordan, kick it off for us, man. You got a loaded slate for Frankie and I here.
Yeah, so let's just dive right on into it, starting with the Michael Misa injury that happened just a few days ago. I mean, you've seen that game, Saginaw versus London. Misa retrieves a puck off the half wall. He begins to exit the puck out of the zone. London Knights forward Max McHugh notices that. He kind of glides his way, anticipating Misa to try and cut through him. And then he has his knee sticking out, and that's ultimately the principal point of contact. Misa's knee collides with him. That takes him out of the game, and he's now missed the last two ones since then. What is your guys' read on the play, and do you think it's a dirty one? There was no suspension that came from McHugh afterwards, so what are your opinions on it? I'll start with you, Frankie.
I actually haven't seen the hit. I saw, I to be honest, I didn't even know he was injured until Ottawa rolled into town and we looked at the lineups and there was no Michael Misa. So I think there may have been a little bit of a sigh of relief in Ottawa when we found that one out. But obviously it's horrendous when a young star like this gets injured. You don't want to see that kind of thing. But ultimately, I can't really comment on the play itself.
Well, unlike Frankie, I actually came prepared for this episode and watched the clip literally 2 seconds before we started. I wanted to see. First things first, yes, it's obviously a terrible situation whenever a player of any kind gets hurt, especially a player of Misa's caliber. And unfortunately, we kind of all expected Saginaw to kind of like fall off after Minyakov was traded, and that's pretty much exactly what has happened. They haven't been great lately. Obviously, this is a big blow for their team. Now, whether it was dirty or not, I think it depends on, I guess, the term dirty is kind of subjective in this context. Like in a 4-0 game, does that play need to happen? Probably not. But at the same time, does Max McHugh deliberately stick his leg out? Also, probably not. I've seen way dirtier hits than that. I think it was a bit of an accident, and I don't think the one thing I will say is I don't think Misa made enough of he didn't make a crazy effort to kind of get out of the way of that hit. It kind of just happened. So that adds another layer of complication to this. But at the end of the day, the OHL is not pro in any sense where we know what players go on IR or how long they're out for. That's usually swept under the rug pretty nicely with each team. And we kind of just, whenever they come back, they come back. So it's unfortunate, obviously. And for a team like Saginaw that really needs Michael Misa's help, that's a tough break.
I just watched the clip too while Josh was talking there. I don't think it's a particularly malicious hit. I think McHugh goes in looking to take the body, and Misa kind of makes a move to avoid it, and then knees collide. I think that's a difficult ask for the player. I think it's worth a penalty for sure. I think if anything, we're talking about a 2-minute kneeing penalty there. But I think it's really harsh to go further and suspend or throw him out of the game for that.
Yeah, I think the refs got it right, but ultimately it does suck to see a rising star in Misa get injured like that. And overall, let's move on now to the move that's occurring with Hamilton going to Brantford starting next year. Here's the rundown on the details. So it was announced Wednesday the Bulldogs franchise will be temporarily relocated to Brantford for the beginning of next season. And this move is due to the impending renovations and the long-term closure of the First Ontario Centre in Hamilton. The City Council put their full support behind the move on Tuesday, unanimous vote. And I got to ask you guys this. So there's an option here for them to play at the Brantford Civic Centre through the conclusion of the 25-26 season, with an option to even extend the agreement for 3 additional one-year terms. What do we think of this? And will they end up back in Hamilton after this whole ordeal? Or do you see them staying in Brantford? Josh, I want to hear your take.
Hot take, Jordan, and I've already voiced my opinion to anybody who would listen to me about this. Hamilton is no longer an OHL city. That's right. You heard it here first. Brantford and the fans and citizens of Brantford, Ontario, are getting an OHL team for an extended period of time. First of all, no city really deserves it more. So I'm going to say that the GM of the Niagara Dogs probably pretty happy right now. But I will say, I am going to be the first to say, there is no chance that the Hamilton Bulldogs will ever be in Hamilton again. They are staying in Brantford permanently. And if they relocate from Brantford, they are going somewhere else other than Hamilton. I've done my research on this. I've read the well-written articles from the Hamilton Spectator. There is no way, and I don't think anyone can convince me otherwise, that they are going back to First Ontario Centre when this is all said and done. Michael Andlauer has treated his players great. The organization has been top class. 2 OHL championships in like a 5-6 year window. That is really hard to do in a league like this. And to be treated the way he's been treated based on all the reports that we're reading. This is public information now. All the reports that we've been reading based on how that him and his team has been treated through this whole process by Hamilton City Council. It's a joke. Hamilton is a great sports city. They have a great sports culture. Their fans are incredibly passionate all throughout the season, all across the board, different sports, you name it. And for a team as high caliber as the Bulldogs to be treated the way they are by their own city, forcing them to relocate like 20, 30 minutes down the road, ridiculous. It's an embarrassment.
Well, yeah, you voiced it there.
I'm on the same page as Josh here too. I think on a slightly different level. I think the city of Hamilton and the Bulldogs will not reunite. I think the city of Brantford is going to latch onto this team first of all, because like we talked about last episode, Hamilton made a bunch of big deadline moves, and they're going to be good for the next 2 to 3 years.
Brantford also is that's a historic hockey town. Like their fans are passionate too. I'm not saying like Hamilton's more passionate necessarily than Brantford, but like if you're going to relocate anywhere, they have such a rich hockey culture already that like it's going to work. Like it has to.
Yeah. And I will say though, Josh, I don't think the OHL is done with Hamilton. In every way the Bulldogs have been run, even though the building looks empty on TV, it's not. There's a lot of fan support for that team.
It's actually one of the more full buildings. If you just like take out of the upper bowl, it's probably one of the more full buildings in the league.
Yeah, if you go by actual attendance numbers, they do really well. So I don't
go by ratio of seats to people. Just go by actual attendance.
It's built for NHL hockey essentially. Yeah. Like it's a big building. So I think the Bulldogs will stay in Brantford is my prediction, because I just think that city's going to latch on, and there's going to be renovations to the Brantford Civic Center, and it's conducive to junior hockey, that building too, I think. But I think there's also a lot of markets in the OHL that would look at Hamilton in 3 years and say, hey, like this is a lot better than what we have right now. And we don't know what kind of turmoil is going to be going on in the league by then. Like there's teams now that I think, we can all envision that are kind of surviving, which could thrive potentially in Hamilton. So I think once the renovation's done, I think Hamilton will have a team, but it won't be the Bulldogs. That's my bold take.
That is a hot take for sure, but you heard it here first. Mississauga Steelheads are now the Hamilton Steelheads, guys. Hey, that could work.
The name would make more sense.
The name would make a lot of sense, and the market would be infinitely better. That would be crazy.
That, you know what, Josh, now that you mentioned it, like I wasn't really thinking about them, but it makes a lot of sense from their perspective.
We're diving too deep in this rabbit hole now.
But like, if that were to happen, or even if the Bulldogs do end up going back to Hamilton after the renovation been done to Brantford, like I think Brantford's coming out of this with a team, whether it's the Bulldogs or the Steelheads or whatever.
But you're also saying like Hamilton could also come out with a team at the end of all this. It's not.
Yep.
It might not be the Bulldogs coming back.
We're kind of saying Mississauga might not have a team soon, but
that's crazy. Now, like that would be so crazy because you're right. These renovations are important to consider, and also the contract structure, like Jordan mentioned, is very important to consider. They are there for 3 years, which is the window where the First Ontario Center, the renovations are being done. But they have options to extend the contract for 3 more years after those 3 years are done. I don't think you put that in place if you don't want a team there for at least an extended period of time. And we already know that the owner, Michael Andlauer, is already pouring some of his money into this project to make this work. Brantford City Council has been all aboard. The front office of the Bulldogs have been all aboard. Renovations already scheduled. Like it's a perfect match, honestly. Also, the Brantford Bulldogs sound like great. That name sounds amazing.
And that logo they came out with too. I know it's just a shoulder patch logo and everything, but it looks great. I'm curious.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the logo necessarily, just because like it looks like a bear instead of a dog.
Yeah. I can see that too.
I like it. I like the concept, but it was kind of weird. But
it is more of a shoulder logo.
It is more of a shoulder logo. You're right. But Jordan, man, how do you feel? Hamilton Steelheads. That would be crazy. Steelhawks, better name, yes, and that was an older franchise, but Steelheads in Hamilton, that would be nuts.
Well, I'll give my quick thoughts on the whole ordeal here. It was 20 years ago now. We were talking about, the Pittsburgh Penguins might relocate and they might move to Hamilton. Those were legit rumors at the time. We were talking about, can Hamilton handle an NHL city? And then you see them at the AHL level. They have PK Subban there, the Montreal Canadiens minor league affiliate. It ends up moving over to Belleville, and then they finally get a team back. I mean, I'm shocked that this happened, but I just wonder, why isn't hockey working in Hamilton? You see with the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the CFL, that stadium, it's an important stadium. It's they have great infrastructure there. They have great, passionate fans. There's hockey fans in Hamilton, but they've had so many issues with their arena historically, and they need to figure it out in Hamilton because there's fans there. But
you want to know what that is, Jordan? I think that has to do more with the city than the fans at that point. Because
I think so too.
What we've learned the most, I think, especially this season out of the OHL, is that local cities have a role to play in these teams, in these organizations, and some of them do really well, like Kitchener and London. Others, not so much. And at the end of the day, I kind of feel bad for Hamilton sports fans in general because we all know how passionate the Bulldogs fan base is. And Jordan, you mentioned the Ticats are phenomenal. Forge FC is thriving right now in a CPL that's still growing. I think this says more about the city than it does about the people in the city, because hockey does work. Hamilton has a grade A facility. Obviously, that's going to be better now that the renovations are happening. They have a great sports culture, and the fact that hockey, really, of all the sports that's not working in that city, hockey is the one, which that does not make any sense to me.
Can we, why do they have to kick them out? How full scale are these renovations? Let's look.
They have to be pretty damn full scale, because I know in an article that I read,
the whole stadium's getting closed.
The kudos to the Hamilton Spectator. They've done some phenomenal reporting and journalistic work with this. So this is basically all coming verbatim from them. But man, it has to be some crazy full-scale renovations if they're kicking every sports team that played out of there. The Hamilton Honey Badgers, the Toronto Rock. It's crazy. I don't know what they're doing in there. First of all, I didn't even know the building needed renovations. It looked perfectly fine to me, but clearly no. I don't know what they're doing, but it must be massive. Crazy, structural stuff, probably, my guess.
If you're going to have, we think about the Toronto Blue Jays are completely redoing the outfield section of the stands this year, and they're going to
I told you this is going to be a baseball podcast before
I'm going to go through multiple sports here, Josh. But they're redoing everything in stages, and the Jays are going to stay in Toronto while they're doing it. The Gatineau Olympics built a new rink down a few minutes away from their rink. They played in an old one for a little while. 67s are proposing to build a new rink kind of beside their rink. And in all of these different sports, you see teams play at their current stadium while renovations are happening. Like the Sarnia Sting right now, they're redoing their entire players' lounge, dressing room, all of that. And they're using the old facilities until those are done. They'll move in. What purpose does Hamilton have to kick all their teams out, who are going to find new homes that appreciate
some of them already have, by the way. Just
exactly.
If we're not talking just about hockey, the Honey Badgers have already moved permanent. And that's permanent.
They're going to stay in Brampton. What in 3 years? What is coming back to that building that is going to put bums in seats? I genuinely don't know.
That's a great question, and honestly, like a great like discussion topic. The one thing I will say about that's different than that makes the First Ontario Center different is that they have tenants basically all year round. The Bulldogs play in the winter. The Honey Badgers were there in the summer. There's not really an off peak for that building, so they can pause and do this in stages. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying it's very hard for them to do that. Like it's
And it's
not
not
that
just
easy for
sports,
the
right?
Jays.
They have a lot of singers and
And they have a
bands that
lot
play
of
there
events
too.
there too. Concerts, Disney on Ice was there, bands
Yeah.
like Jordan said. Like
But
they
that,
have a
that
lot of people coming in and out of that building. Now, to your point, I don't know because we already know the Honey Badgers have moved permanently. They are now the Brantford Honey Badgers. That's not going to change. The Twitter's already been deactivated actually, which I think is hilarious. But there will always be, if it's not like a consistent team, Frankie, and I like where you're thinking with this, I definitely think it'll always be those one-off events that are coming back. There's no chance they won't be. We're talking concerts, Disney on Ice, Harlem Globetrotters were there pretty recently. Those are coming back for sure. And I think that's like, I'm not saying it's right for them, the city, to build just towards that and just say, well, if teams want to come back and play, they can. I think that's where their head's at with this, and they already know that there's always going to be a demand for live events out of that building.
that's tough though. When you have a building like that without a main tenant, they don't typically last.
No,
very
it's
long,
definitely
right?
tough, and we haven't seen it before. But the way like they would not go through with this if they knew that nothing was coming back. Because I think as much as the Hamilton City Council probably hates the sports teams clearly based on the way they've treated them, they wouldn't let that happen because they know how important it is to the people that live there. So there's no way there's nothing coming back. I'm just not saying it's gonna like, well, Honey Badgers already kicked rocks. Bulldogs probably not coming back at this rate, but like, I'm just saying from a city council perspective, there's no way they would go through with that if they had no idea.
We do have to point out, I think it is fair to mention that this is something they have tried before. Like when they did Tim Hortons Field over, the Ticats played in Guelph and they came back. But I think we're talking about a different beast here
We
because
are talking about different beasts. We're like this is unprecedented. The way they treated the team and the length of time that they're kicking them out for. 3 years is a long time. 3 seasons away from your regular rink is a very long time. And so,
and
yeah, I
with
just don't
junior
think.
hockey,
And
too,
yeah,
they could survive in smaller communities. Like
yeah,
CFL can't really. So Hamilton didn't have a choice. They had to come back.
yeah. Which is
Yeah,
really unfortunate
definitely.
because like I love the fact that Brantford is getting a team and the fans there are getting a team and OHL hockey is returning back to that city, but at the same time, like Hamilton's losing a big chunk of their hockey community and they don't really have anything else to cheer for, like locally, and that's a shame.
Yep, and now we have to move forward from this discussion and into talking about the on ice product here in the OHL. We're going to kind of get an update on our respective teams here. I'll discuss a bit about Mississauga, Josh with Barrie, and Frankie with Ottawa. And I'll begin with you, Frankie, actually. What are some of the storylines from this past week with Ottawa that have been, surrounding your team?
Well, I think the big one has been some of the adversity they've gone through. Right, like it hasn't been as smooth of sailing. Now they're coming off a weekend where they went 3-3. They went into Michigan, beat Flint, beat Saginaw, and then went on the road to beat Sarnia. So they're kind of starting to look up again. But again, it's another very tough weekend coming up because we have our first interleague games of the season. It's Gatineau coming up this weekend. They're number 4 in the queue right now. A really, really good team. So that's a tough one for them. I think the big piece right now is just for them trying to get everything back on track and keep going. Luckily, they haven't ceded any ground to North Bay because North Bay took a couple of tough losses. I think one of them was even against Oshawa, to be honest, or Mississauga maybe. So if they could kind of get things back on track without losing a playoff spot or to North Bay, I think they're looking good.
And what about you, Josh? What have you been noticing with the Barrie Colts as of late?
Well, the one thing I've been noticing is how cruel the schedule gods are towards us. I don't think I've seen another team play this many 3-3 games in my entire life. We just went through like at least one in December, and we'd have 2 more in January. Are you kidding me right now? We had to do.
Wait, it's not. Barrie doesn't. Well, I mean, not well. We kind of have 3-3s or 3-4s like every weekend.
I don't know. I hate that. Like, I genuinely hate that because like it's so hard to play. Like, it's hard enough to play back-to-back games. I can't even imagine hitting the ice for 3 games in a row. With that all being said, though, I've been really happy. I think the team has felt great. The one thing I will say is I think we're really taking advantage of the teams that are slipping in the standings a lot. We haven't been we've cooled off since that absurd 14 games point streak or whatever we had late last year and into this year. But honestly, winning 2 out of those 3 games, especially the ones on the road when you go 3-3, are so important and give your team so much confidence going forward. And that's what we've been doing. We went down, played Kitchener, Saginaw, and Flint, and took 2 out of 3. Though that is a tough road trip to take 2 out of 3 from. So while we have I knew getting points in every single game was unsustainable, we've been doing fine. And I think we've been consistent, which is what we were missing last year. I think consistency was a big one. We've been winning rather consistently on this end and keeping games close. Also, for the record, I don't think I've seen another team go to overtime as much as we have. That was actually a crazy stat that was shared in our group chat, that we've gone to overtime like 10 times or something insane this season, and we've won most of them. So it's actually pretty crazy, that stat in general. But as a whole, I think morale is great. Obviously, going back to the deadline talk, getting Brant Clark back, adding Braden Hache has been
Brant Clark
phenomenal.
has 10 goals, 24 points in 12 games. It's coming back.
That is video game numbers, dude. Averaging 2 points per
He's
game
a
when he comes
defenseman,
back.
by the way.
And as a defenseman, which is just insane. So I haven't seen a game in a while. I actually haven't been around the team as much just because they've been on the road. But we have another busy weekend coming up, hosting Mississauga tomorrow, or at the time of recording tomorrow, hosting the Rangers on Saturday, and then going up to North Bay on Sunday. So the grind doesn't really stop. And I think as a whole, the team's feeling good. And it's just been a grind, but they've been responding really well.
Josh, 18 times the Barrie Colts have been to overtime.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's nuts.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say to that, because I don't like it, because I just want to get out of there faster. But no, they like the high stress games, and honestly, I don't really know how that's going to fare in the playoffs, just because it's going to be 5-on-5 again. But I think they play fine 5-on-5. I don't know what this overtime shootout craze has been about, though, if I'm being honest. I don't even know where it's coming from.
Yeah, and just checking back in with the Steelheads, they finally got back to the win column there on Sunday. They're really firmly third in that Central Division. They're clearly ahead of Sudbury. They're not going to catch Barrie at this point, so they're kind of stuck where they are. But I think you're seeing some players really emerge. You're going to be hearing even more about Luke Misa from me as all of these podcasts can move forward, because you're seeing him really get elevated.
Man, we should get him on the podcast too.
Because without guys
Luke
like
Misa
Owen Beck
to Jordan is like Luca Pinelli to Frankie.
Yeah, exactly.
So that'd be great to get him on.
Well, with Misa, I think he was more of a complimentary play, because he did see time with Owen Beck and those guys.
Well, we kind of knew that was going to happen after the deadline.
He's been forced to
kind of
become
have
the
to
play driver.
You have to play bigger minutes when your star players leave, and full credit to him. Full credit to Angus McDonald and Porter Martone and all those guys. They've stepped in to those roles great. And honestly, when you see a Steelheads team beating a North Bay, it's nice, because it gets some competition going in the league, and they're going to be in the playoffs for sure. So,
Jordan, this might be a question that segues really nicely into our next section. It might be, I don't know the schedule here, but is 4th place attainable for Missy right now?
Oh, I think so. I mean, at this moment in time, they're only 1 point below the Peterborough Petes, who we will be talking about in our next segment here. And I think, it all depends on the goaltending, right? Alessio Baccalieri, he's been pretty good at generating victories. I would like to see him be a little bit more consistent in terms of his actual play.
Yeah, that's the one thing I will say. He's been a little off consistent, on a consistent basis. He hasn't been great, but as a whole, I think he's been pretty much everything you could ask for out of an import slot for a goalie.
And they're going to kind of have to, because their other option is Ryerson Leenders, a 16-year-old kid, played. He has some high pedigree. He has a chance to get drafted next year, depending on.
He also has gotten into a fair amount of games, though. As a player, when Baccalieri
he's played
18
games this year.
He's been in a lot of games as a rookie. That's pretty unheard of at the OHL level, I think. But yeah.
We started talking about it. Let's see if we can do this in 6 minutes. The Peterborough Petes, we're talking about a team here currently on a 2-game losing streak, has gone 4-6 in their last 10, and we talked about all their big additions in the last episode. Let's just name a few. So Owen Beck has 2 goals, 7 points in 11 games. So he had a 1.36 points per game in Mississauga. That's dropped to 0.63 points per game. Brendan Othman, 22 points in 20 games since coming from Flint. His points per game has dropped as well. What's going on here, and why do you think it's not going as expected? Starting with you, Frankie. What do you think's going on with the Petes?
Yeah, I was gonna give the floor to Frankie. I feel like he has a better touch on this because he called this like long ago. So
He's been on this.
The Petes just they kind of did it with. I mean, they were really good that to kill Thomas here, but for whatever reason, they just don't seem to elevate. And it's I can see why their fans are frustrated about it because it is a consistent thing with them. Josh, we said it last episode. Sometimes the best move is the one you don't make. And I think right now they don't have much in the way of defense. They have lots of scoring talent, but it doesn't look to be gelling together. And frankly, I'm concerned about losses back-to-back nights against Peterborough or against Oshawa and Kingston. And then, you have a close game earlier in the day before that, actually, against Niagara. But again, we've seen that they have the ability to come out and perform because they shut out London, beat them 3-0. So they got to find a way to get some consistency. You can't lose to the Guelphs and the Kingstons and the Oshawas, and they lost to they've lost to Kingston twice now, actually, to be fair as well. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be gelling, and they're quickly going to run out of time to make it work because right now they're cratering in the standings. It's getting to the point where if you're a Petes fan, you're starting to get worried about playing, one of the top three in the playoffs.
Yeah, Frank, I think Frankie hit it right on the head there. I don't really have anything much to add. I think my biggest concern was actually his last point with the standings. Like, man, if you are losing those types of games, you are quickly looking at not only playing a series when you're traveling, but you're looking at playing one of the premier teams in the Eastern Conference. We're talking like not Ottawa, but it would be North Bay, it'd be Barrie, even though they've manhandled us twice this season before the deadline. But that is not a matchup that you want to have in the first round. And for a team like Peterborough that had all those expectations coming in, being like OHL championship favorites coming out of the deadline with the additions that they made, it is very, very disappointing to see that team. And I respect a lot of the guys, like obviously on that team and everything like that. It's just not working right now. And for now, like I said back when I was talking about Barrie, that this season is a grind, or the rest of the season after the deadline is more of a grind. It goes fast, and we're already into February now, almost mid-February. The season is not that long after this, so they only have a small window to make this work, and I think it's going to be very hard for them to make it work because I haven't been watching a ton of their games, but based on what the results that we've been seeing, to Frankie's point, it just doesn't seem like it's gelling right now. And honestly, I'd be curious to hear like what's being said in that locker room, just because for a team with that much star power to be struggling like this and losing games the way they are, I don't really know what to say about it, to be honest with you.
There's a couple of things in the standings, like just looking at some of these columns that concern me. The first one, obviously, their win percentage is far too close. Or sorry, their points percentage is far too close to 500 for the amount of talent they have. The second one, all the way over on the right-hand side, that pesky penalty minutes column, 601 penalty minutes, 131 more minutes in the penalty box than Barrie Colts. You cannot win games taking that many penalties.
Also, Barry's power play is pretty good, so that just to throw that in there. But like Frankie's got a point. Like you cannot be taking that many penalties, especially in the postseason when every special teams opportunity is that much larger and the stage is that much bigger. You can't be doing that. And if you're falling into those habits now and you're relying heavily on people who can score but don't do it often enough, it's going to be tough in the playoffs. And I'd be concerned because they mortgage so much of their future to add those star players. And if it's not clicking, this is kind of their only hope right now.
They're up tied with North Bay for the most penalties or time shorthanded this year at 200. The difference is North Bay's penalty kill is the best in the league at 87%, which is ridiculous. And Peterborough is only middle of the pack. It's 79%. That difference is 14 goals.
And those are make or break moments, and that is the difference between winning games and losing games, clearly. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, look out for a potential team breakdown for me in the coming weeks because I think they're a fascinating team because now the sample size is long enough with these players on the team that you can actually make some general inquiries into what's going on systematically. Because I think this is generally probably a systems issue more so than a personnel issue. I mean, they clearly have some great talent on that team. Even a guy like Chase Stillman, I feel like he should have taken the next step this year. He kind of hasn't, considering he was a first round pick. I want to kind of dive into some of that stuff in more in depth in an article
And
potentially.
might I add before we run out of time on this, before we take a break, Nick Lardis and Sahil Panwar are absolutely lighting it up for the Bulldogs, which is interesting.
And we'll be back on the O Talk podcast where Frankie will host the O game. See you there.
All right. Well, yeah. Welcome back from our beautiful break that is sponsored by nobody.
Nobody
so
yet, but we might toss something in there. We'll see.
perhaps.
Stay tuned for that.
This week for the O game, we have a special Brantford / Bulldogs theme to it.
Yes, because our staff members continuously hit on what's going on. This is a great topic for this week. Very impressed.
Our staff members,
employees, workers, content creators, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the employees we have here. This one's gonna work a little bit
time.
I threw in a little bit of a twist this time.
Oh, for God's sake! I don't like this now.
So what's gonna happen is this is like a buzzer system. So when you guys have the answer,
what noise do we make?
Thing.
Oh, raise.
Use the raise hand. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I thought we were gonna go like
okay
in the fucking mic or something. I don't know.
No,
I was prepared to do that.
I was like, what sound do I make? Oh my God.
So the way that this works, there's 5 questions. You get a point for each, but question number 3 has 10 different things in it.
Oh my God. Why question number 3? Why wouldn't you leave that for 5?
Because 5 is worth 2 points, and hopefully we're.
What is the scoring system?
So every question is worth 1 point. So question 3 is technically worth 10 points.
Okay.
So there's 13 points to divvy out. I'm hoping you guys are 7-6, and then the last question decides it.
Yeah, we're not gonna split it down the middle, obviously. All right, I'm excited for this. This is interesting. New format. Yeah, so no heads up at all, but new format.
No, you don't need a heads up. This is the O game. Okay, this is purposely designed to ruin your life.
All right, let's hear it. So raise hand is the answer. Like literally
raise hand. Actually, first of all, can you raise your hand? Because I have it like shortened, like the actual raise hand function on Zoom.
Oh shoot, the buttons. Oh man, okay.
I say I did it.
Okay.
Put your hand.
I got it.
Jordan. Come on.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Question number 1. Where did the Hamilton Bulldogs move from?
Like, what do you mean?
When they went to Hamilton.
Okay.
Oh God.
It's the first one to do the raised hand, by the way.
I know. I'm thinking, oh, shit.
Jordan, what do you got?
Was it Belleville?
It was Belleville.
Oh
wow, that is crazy.
Belleville Bulls.
Because they did like a full switch. Because like the AHL, the AHL, OHL stuff. Like,
oh man,
pretty crazy.
Jordan, actually, you said that earlier. It was bothering me because what happened was, the Bulldogs went to St. John's, Newfoundland.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Then the Binghamton Senators went to Belleville.
Oh, that okay.
They became the Belleville Senators. And now Binghamton has.
Oh, did I say Belleville? Yeah, it was the Belleville Senators.
Yeah.
Well done, Jordan. I like, wow, that was crazy. Damn. Okay.
This I think number 2 is a layup. If you guys don't get it, I'm going to be a little bit cheesed. I'll be honest.
Okay, well, I'm clicking raise hand immediately.
Okay.
The Hamilton Bulldogs haven't always worn black and gold. What colors did they wear in their first OHL season?
Well, Josh.
First OHL season? What are you talking about? Wait.
In their first OHL season, what colors did they wear?
Okay, wait. So I'm just going to blow in my hand because I raised it already.
Yeah.
Man, if this isn't right, I'm going to lose it. It must have been what they wore before in the AHL, which is red, white, and blue.
It was.
Let's go.
They came into the OHL and they basically wore exactly what the AHL team wore for a year, and then did.
Let's go. That's huge. That's huge.
The Pittsburgh Penguins of the North.
Cool color scheme, though. Honestly, it looks sick.
It is. It's sick. It's sick.
I know. I like that jersey.
So question number 3 is going to work like this. I'm going to give you a player, And you have to tell me if they played for the Brantford 99ers, the Hamilton Bulldogs / Belleville Bulls. This counts for their history as well. Both of them or neither of them.
But what kind of craziness is this? We have to say.
So this is like
neither...
OHL and AHL history combined?
No, so not I'm not including the AHL team. I'm saying Hamilton
he's
Bulldogs
saying like
/
the
Belleville.
GOJHL Brantford 99ers or the OJHL Brantford 99ers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I picked players you guys
should know.
Have at least.
Okay, so you're saying there's 3 options, neither, both.
There's 4 options.
4 options. Frankie, why did you do this? This is crazy.
Okay,
neither, both.
Let's just do it.
Belleville or Hamilton.
No,
oh my God, that's
so the options. Okay, so they either played in the OHL with the Bulldogs / Bulls.
Okay.
The 99ers.
Okay.
Both of them or neither of them.
Oh my
so we have to
God, that's gonna be impossible.
For both of them to get a point. Okay.
So like, for example, let's dream up. I don't even know.
So say Mark Donk played
not...
with the 99ers and the Bulldogs. We would have to say both of them. We couldn't just say one of them and get the point.
You have to say that they played for both of them.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what? I think I'm going to go with both for most of these because I feel like Kareki would do that to us. Anyways, let's get to this. This is crazy.
You know what?
And people say my questions are hard. This is absurd.
First one might be the hardest.
Okay, go for it. Just say it.
You may never have heard of him, to be honest.
Just say it.
Remy Giftopoulos.
Oh, I don't know, dude.
Josh.
Both. Give me both.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Neither.
No. Neither of you get a point for that. Neither of you get a point for that. He played for the Brantford 99ers.
Okay.
And then went to the 67s. Wow. And now he's like...
of course he went to the 67s.
Damn it, I should have just said Brantford. Oh my God.
The second one, Matt Luff.
Ooh.
That's Jordan.
The Bulldogs.
That is correct.
Man, how did you know that so quickly? What the hell?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I could have been wrong because I have no idea where he even played in the OJHL, but...
Technically, he played for the Bulls and the Bulldogs, but it doesn't matter.
The research, man. All right.
Wait, he did play for both of them?
He did
but
was
the
drafted.
Bulldogs Bulls is one answer.
It's the same
Jordan.
thing. Yeah.
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Matt Bolesky. That's Josh.
Oh. This is a tough one. I think it's both.
Incorrect.
Oh, for God's sake, man.
Jordan?
The 99ers.
No. Matt Bolesky was a Belleville Bull.
Oh.
Jesus.
This one, I'll be a little bit upset if you don't get this one, guys.
Oh my God, okay.
Maddox Collins.
Who?
You raised your hand. How do you say who and then raise your hand?
Sorry. Repeat that.
Maddox Collins.
Maddox Collins? Okay. You know what? That has to be Brantford. Only.
It is Brantford.
Let's go.
How do you say who and raise your hand at the same time?
I thought I heard someone else.
Yeah, you're
Come
very
on.
quick there.
Nathan Bastian.
Oh.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with neither.
No.
How is
the
it
99ers,
neither, bro?
It is the 99ers.
Oh my God.
Remember, he was a steelhead.
He was a steelhead, which is why I said neither. God damn it, Frankie.
Josh?
What?
This one's for you.
Oh, no.
Bo Wakey.
Okay. He is not from anywhere close to Brantford. I'm saying neither, and it has to be neither.
That is correct.
Let's go. Okay, that's huge.
He is from that same league.
No, I know that.
I will tell you, every player on this list
played in the OJ at some point?
Yeah, or played, because like I'm counting U15, U16 and this stuff. So
wait, so who did he play for in U15, U16 then? He's from Waterloo. How would he play for the OJ?
Yeah, I think it was Waterloo he played for.
Yeah, I knew that. Okay, God. 2-2. Thank God. I gotta get ahead of this.
Gavin Bryant.
Who? Who the hell is that? Okay.
Sort of.
I have no idea.
The Bulls.
No.
Okay, wait. That means I have. Oh, shit. So it's not just the Bulls. I'm gonna go with both, man.
Incorrect. It is
What
the
was it?
Brantford 99ers.
Oh my god. I hate this. I hate this.
Oh, I'm excited for this one. Dylan Rubrick.
Okay, wait. Okay, so it's not the Bulls or the Bulldogs. It's either neither. Oh wait, it's either neither or just the 99ers?
Well, that's I guess you're totally
Up
not.
to you, man.
I'm going neither.
The 99ers.
No,
It's the 99ers, Josh, and the worst part is it's on a technicality because he was called up to the junior A team to play 4 games. Or 3 games.
No, man. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So right now, a reminder of the score. It's Jordan 4, Josh 3.
Ah. How many
There's
do we have
more
left?
of these.
Two
There's
more.
2 more of these.
Gotta get both of
And
these
they
right.
are names you are going to know.
Okay.
Okay.
Marty McSorley.
I'm going both.
No.
Okay, fuck that.
The Bulls.
It was the Bulls.
Oh my god, man.
Let's
The
go.
speed is
That was
not
a
doing
guess,
this
by
for
the way.
me.
I totally guessed that.
The speed is not doing it for me.
Last one, Josh. You gotta have this, my friend. Jason Spezza.
Oh. I think it's neither. But up to you.
Okay, wait. If I get this wrong, then Jordan just has the answer. Okay, whatever.
No.
I'm saying he played in Brantford.
Nope.
It's neither.
You're both wrong. He
played on Belleville?
He played on
Really?
4 different OHL teams. He played in Belleville at the end of his
Oh, I had no
OHL
idea.
career.
I did not remember that. Wow.
Okay, so what? Did I lose by 2, 1? I don't even know.
This isn't over. There's still 2 more
We're still
questions to
going.
go.
I
and
think
the
I'm up
last
by
No, I
one.
know, but for that individual question, what's the score?
It's
It's 2-1?
overall, so it's 5-3 right now for Jordan.
What? Okay, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Fine.
Josh, you got to get the next 2.
I gotta get the next 2, yeah.
All right. The last OHL team in Brantford was known as the Alexanders. They moved to Hamilton and became the Steelhawks, as Josh mentioned before this episode, which is unfortunate because I was thinking about making that a question. But then they moved to Niagara Falls and became the Thunder. In 1996, they moved one more time and became an OHL team that still stands today. Who is that team?
Oh my god, what an insane question. Okay, wait.
So sorry, the Niagara team moved in 1996 to a team that's now existing.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's got to be a relatively new team with not that much history.
Yeah.
That's an insane question.
I'm going to let you guys duke this one out until you get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna guess.
Wait. Do we have to just alternate answers then, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. Heck, man.
We're just doing it like that. Okay, I'll say the Saginaw Spirit.
No.
Flint.
No. That was Plymouth.
Oh shit, yeah, no, I figured. Oh man, this is crazy.
We just
So we
have
have
to
to
guess how it.
think of a team with not that much history? I don't even know what that is. Can I guess again? Or is it back to Jordan?
Jordan, you got another one?
The
I have
Windsor
another one.
Spitfires.
No.
Niagara Ice Dogs.
Well, come on now, Josh. Like, that's a waste
They
of
moved
guess.
from Niagara to Niagara. They just changed
Shit.
it.
They moved from Niagara
The Sarnia
Falls
Sting.
to be-
The Sarnia Sting. Is it that?
No.
What? So you're telling me what team came into what current team just existed in freaking Okay, well, it wasn't
They
By the way,
relocated
that is-
from Niagara to where they are now.
I bet
Niagara
it's the
to
Barrie
where they are
Colts.
now. It's not Barry.
Oh, I
You...
don't know.
And also, I get 2 guesses now because it was my turn.
Okay,
You
you
just
go.
jumped
You
the
got 2
gun.
guesses.
Yeah.
Remember, Dale Howard and Brian Little played on our team, man. Come on. That was
1996.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago.
That was a while ago. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Let me think about this. What is like a relatively new OHL team? Because like Kitchener has history, London has history. It's got to be a smaller market. Has to be. It's got to be a smaller market.
Could it be Erie?
Yeah, then
You think it's Erie?
Stop guessing. Now I have 3 guesses.
I'm letting you do it. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, I got 2.
That wasn't even a guess.
Fine. I'll say Erie for one of them.
That's true. It is.
Let's
it is
go. Okay, you know what? To be fair, Jordan,
I'm like, I don't know what to do.
you didn't give me the answer because that was going to be one of my 2 guesses for sure.
Because as soon as you said Saginaw, I'm like, you guys might actually get this really fast. And then Josh said Flint, and I'm like, there's no way.
You know what? I had a gut feeling that was Plymouth, so ignore that. It's whatever. I was going on the states thing, and yeah.
So this played out exactly how I wanted it to.
Yeah, whoever.
The last question is worth 2 points, done intentionally, so that way, if you guys were close, it could change the outcome.
Smart man, Frankie.
It's perfect.
Smart man.
There's no chance I think you get it, though.
Okay.
We are going all the way back to 2015, the first year of the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Okay.
Who was their first ever draft pick?
In the OHL draft?
Is this a name we
In
would
the
know?
OHL draft.
Is this a name we would know? Yeah.
Yes.
Did he get drafted in the NHL?
He has numerous brothers. In the NHL.
Jared Stahl?
No. This is
Isn't he
2015.
like in his 30s?
No, you had said numerous brothers.
Multiple brothers.
Multiple brothers.
Oh,
that's
this.
and it's not the Stalls. How is that possible? Okay, whatever. Jordan's got
You
it.
said what, Jordan?
Oh god, 2015. Oh god, I don't know.
Multiple brothers. You said.
Yes.
What multiple brothers are there besides?
Let me double check on the multiple.
The Hughes brothers? Like that's not it.
No.
Wait.
What do you know?
No. There's no chance Jack Hughes was drafted in the OHL.
No.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you, he was 18th overall.
Ooh, that's a tough one because that's so fucking.
Okay, so let's just put some thinking to this. So this guy was probably on that. When did they go to the
2 brothers in the
Memorial Cup
NHL.
final? Was it in like 2017 they made that run?
Yes.
Yeah, so he was a part of that team, I'm assuming.
Do you guys want a hint?
No. Jordan's. Wait till Jordan guesses and then give us the hint.
We'll give you guys one more guess each, and then I'll give you a hint.
No. Okay, wait, no. Jordan gets 2 because I guessed once already and he didn't. So
so I just
Jordan
guessed 2 guys randomly.
No. Guess 1 and then it's back to me and then it's back to you.
Okay.
2 brothers in the NHL. Are you out of your mind? Oh my god.
No.
Jan Mishak, even though it's not.
What the heck? You should be
it.
disqualified for that
No.
guess, bro. Okay, wait. Okay. Ball's back in my court. Do you want to drop that hint now, Frankie? I guess? Because we both guessed once.
You want
so.
to?
Jordan, what do you say? Just
Yes.
whatever.
He went on to become the Bulldogs captain.
Okay.
God, there's
The only person that I know that was their captain was isn't like Colton Cameron their captain or something like that?
It was not Colton Cameron.
No, that wasn't my guess. I was just spitballing. That was not my guess.
Okay.
So I think he was
That's the only
drafted
guess I
in
know.
the 2017 draft.
2015 OHL draft.
But he would have went if he was drafted, he would have went to the 2017
you're telling me he has 2 brothers currently in the NHL right now.
Yes.
Is he in the NHL right now? Is he in the NHL? He's not in the NHL?
He is not in the NHL.
But his brothers are?
His brothers are.
Brothers. If it was brother, it would be crazy. But brothers? 2 brothers?
Yep.
Okay, well that takes out Nick Robertson, I guess. Because he's
takes out who?
I was gonna say it takes out Nick Robertson, but ignore that. He only has 1 brother, so it's fine. What are you talking about, Frankie? 2 brothers.
You're gonna hate yourself when you.
I am gonna hate myself, and you're not telling me the answer until someone gets it right. Oh my god!
Well, this is for the game, so somebody's got to get it.
This is crazy. 18th overall in 2015, and is not.
And was he drafted? Was he drafted into the NHL?
He was.
He was. Where is he playing now?
4th round pick.
Don't say that. It was a 4th round pick. Okay.
Where was he playing now? No chance you know that, Jordan. Based on 4th round pick. Give me a break.
I can't tell you who he's playing with right now, but I can tell you it's in the American League.
Oh.
God.
This is absolutely crazy. I love this question so much, but this is crazy.
Do you want another piece of information about him?
Yeah,
what
sure.
other information can you give us without giving it away?
He has 1 assist in 24 games in the American League.
Oh my god. What position did
Oh
he
my
play?
god, I know who it is. I think
Oh,
I know who it is.
No, you
He
don't.
is. He's. I'm
It's
not
one
gonna
of the
tell you who it is.
Reinhardt brothers, isn't it? Which Reinhardt would it be? Is it Griffin Reinhardt?
No.
But he went in
It is.
2012, so
It is not
yeah.
one of the Reinhardts.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh my. Hey, first of all, Jordan, it is not your turn to guess. It is my turn to guess.
okay, your
So
turn.
get out of here with that. I'm not telling you again. Don't do that because that's crazy. That was a crazy
Hey,
guess
Josh,
though. And I was like, no
balls in
way,
your
Griffin
court.
Reinhardt's still in the American League. So, oh my God, this is nuts. Okay, wait. Let's go over the facts. You said okay, I am stuck on the fact that he has two brothers in the NHL. I'm trying to think of all like the center ice photos that they've taken, and it's not the Stalls. It's not the Stalls. So who else would it be?
You don't. The Stalls were 10 years earlier. Don't think about.
I know. So it wouldn't be them. But like, who currently has two brothers in the NHL, but he himself? Whoa, no, it's not. No, it's not. That'd
Just
be a
say a
terrible
name.
guess. No, that'd be awful.
Josh, you have a couple of guesses here. So
Just say the name.
No, I'm not gonna burn one of my guesses on this idiotic guess. Plus,
Why
they're
not?
Americans. It doesn't
I mean,
make
we're
any
kind of
sense.
just spitballing at this point. We're just pretty much like guessing.
I was
games
thinking,
at
like,
this point.
No, it was a terrible guess for multiple reasons. Two brothers in the NHL.
two brothers.
Two younger brothers or older brothers?
I believe they are both older, but I won't tell you for sure.
Both older. So his brothers.
Can you tell us what nationality he is? I mean, he's probably Canadian.
He's Canadian.
Oh my-
Both of the brothers are older.
Okay.
Josh, you don't get any more hints for this turn.
Shit. I was gonna say it's like, it's not like, no. Again, terrible guess because he only has one other brother in the fucking league. This is nuts.
Just say it.
No, I
Just
can't
say
burn.
it. You got three guesses here
Yeah, but you gotta
I have
say
three guesses.
somebody.
How do I have three?
because Jordan kept throwing stuff out.
Okay, well, I was gonna say like, it's not Alex Nylander.
No.
No,
No.
and the other one was like, it was like the freaking like Hayes brothers or something like that, but they're not even like, I don't even think they're brothers, so that doesn't make
No.
any sense. And like,
Do you have three guesses actually?
well, now I only have one because I said
okay.
it. Like, it's not the Kachucks. It's not freaking like JVR and his brother. Like, what in the world is this?
Oh, you're gonna
Two-
hate yourself so much.
We have to
Both
remember
of
this
his
guy.
brothers.
If he's in these
How
guys,
is that
like,
possible?
you're talking
We
about.
would
a
have
guy,
heard
so
about this.
He would be 24 at the time.
He is
that we're-
exactly 24 at the moment. And you were
So
right
do the
earlier.
math.
It is 2017 draft, 4th round.
Can you tell us who
Oh, wow.
drafted? No, I don't think you can tell it.
Do you want me to tell you
Actually,
who
no.
drafted him?
Don't
I
tell
don't
me
think
this.
it's
I
gonna
bet
help
you.
you.
Tell me the overall he went, and then I'll pinpoint the team, and I can probably figure out who it is.
Well, do you want me to just tell you the team? Because I don't think it's
Okay,
gonna
sure.
help.
Tell me the team.
It's the Philadelphia Flyers.
Well, that doesn't really help.
I knew it wouldn't.
He's on. So he's playing in Lehigh Valley then, right now.
No.
Oh God.
No.
So drafted by the.
No longer.
Do
on the
you
team.
guys want one more hint that might help?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
His brothers and him have had a tumultuous time finding a team to play for. They kind of get bounced around a lot.
This is why it's taking so damn long. I probably don't even know.
His brothers are certified NHL players, though.
Oh.
Wow, this is crazy.
Can you tell us
What?
his position or something?
He's a forward.
Oh, okay. Again, doesn't help at all.
He's a left winger.
Oh my God. And he has
I
one
have-
point. 1 point
He's
in
1 point.
24
Remember, this is-
NHL.
24 games.
So this is the draft for like guys like. So this was literally the Jason Robertson draft. So who would?
This was Heischer, wasn't it?
It was Heischer, Patrick.
Nolan
I
Patrick,
have another
Robertson.
hint, but it might make it.
I
Yeah,
know
two
Philadelphia
obvious.
drafted German Rebstov in the first round. I think of that draft.
Well, that's not going to help you for the 4th round.
I know.
I barely
trying
earn
to
no
think who would
second
be.
round picks. This is freaking insane, Frankie.
I have one more hint that I think I can
Okay.
get,
Okay,
but it
this
might give it
two
away.
brothers thing is actually throwing me off. Are you sure they're brothers?
I'm positive.
And they're all Canadian.
Yes.
Where are they from in Canada?
Mississauga.
Oh, I should
Oh
know
my
this.
god.
We should all know this. Jordan and I both should know this.
I would never get this. If I was being asked this, I'd never get it.
No. But the fact that you said two brothers in the NHL should be a dead giveaway.
Actually,
you didn't.
here's a give us a hint. If you're gonna give us a hint, tell us the teams his brother plays. His brothers play for. Maybe that'll help us.
Oh, you know what? I'll do this. I'll do you one better. One of his brothers
Oh god.
was. I feel like you guys are both going to get the answer at the same time here, so we're going to go back to the hands up thing. First one to do the raise hand thing is getting it. His brother was the alternate captain on the New York Rangers last year.
Wait. Oh, okay, now I have absolutely no idea. Who is the eight? Like, not Panarin, not Kreider.
Who left?
Who
the
left?
team?
Yeah. Who is no longer in the
Trocheck left. Andrew Kopp left.
Kopp was never an A, and Trocheck's still there now. He's his brother's a defenseman. I know that. Like his brother has to be a defenseman.
No.
Okay, this is fucked.
So Jacob Troup was the captain. He was the captain last year too. So who the heck
last year? I don't know.
It's gonna be a 40-minute long segment.
What is going
we
on?
Talk about after because
wait,
you might not get it.
No.
Okay, tell us the other brother's team.
Oh,
you didn't raise your hand, Jordan. Tell us the other brother's team right now.
Yeah.
The brother currently plays for the Washington Capitals.
It's not Van Riemsdyk. It's not. And I don't think Van Riemsdyk's on the Caps anymore. Wait.
I like how we just don't though.
My god, I wouldn't get it either because I'm not.
It's oh my god, I don't know his name. I don't know. Okay, wait. I don't think I know the
question.
Yeah, I don't think I know the third brother's name.
If you can give me the last name at this point, I might just take it.
It's one of the Strome brothers, isn't it?
It is one of the Strome brothers. It's Matthew Strome.
It's Matthew Strome.
Oh my god.
It's Matthew Strome. Josh, I'm only giving you 1.5 points for that. Okay. But that means you have 5.5 points. You win.
Yeah, if he wins. Oh god.
Go.
That took way too long.
Oh my god.
I never would have got it, to be honest.
His brother's on Anaheim, by the way, not Washington.
No. Dylan's on Washington.
Oh, Dylan.
Yeah. I told you the other brother.
Dude, that is crazy. I completely forgot they even had like a third brother. Oh my god.
I actually forgot.
So did I, to be honest.
Wow, sorry Matthew Strome, man. Holy Moses. That was embarrassing.
Dude, you don't have much to be sorry for. He has 1 point in 24 games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do we have more to talk about?
Okay, let's wrap this up. That was exhausting, man. Holy.
Well, guys, it's been a fun evening of guesses.
You know what? Kudos to you, Frankie. Those are some great questions. I'm gonna make my O game as soon as I log off, so it's all ready to go for next week.
I think. That was it.
Yeah, that was tough. But yeah, Jordan, sign us off. We might have an exciting interview guest next week. Who knows? Fingers crossed. But I'm not going to leak any more information. I'll leave Jordan to do that.
And make sure to comment below on our Twitter, on our YouTube, any players you would like to see us talk to. And hey, maybe we can get it arranged. So for Frankie and Josh, I'm Jordan, and this has been the O Talk Podcast. Thank you very much. Stay safe.